Most times, war criminals such as dictators and army generals either succumb on the battlefield or end up scot-free after a war. On a few rare occasions, however, these ruthless and inhumane people get what they deserve: a life behind bars or capital punishment. In this video, we look at a few instances where war criminals were brought to justice. Stay tuned. Radovan Karadzic. If you've heard of Yugoslavia and the war in the Balkans, you probably heard this name before. Much of this man's activity has been confined to the country of Bosnia and Herzegovina. In 1990, Radovan Karadzic founded the Serb Democratic Party, a controversial political party involved in ultranationalism and Islamophobia. It is also currently under sanctions by the United States. Karadzic was also heavily involved in the Bosnian War, which was fought between the country's military and a proto-state called Republika Srpska. Karadzic served as the first president of Republika Srpska and conducted various acts of genocide during the war. He was wanted by the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia and became a fugitive. Karadzic was working under an alias in Belgrade when he was arrested in 2008, and he is now serving life in prison. Slobodan Milosevic. Born in German-occupied Serbia in 1941, Slobodan Milosevic showed promise as an intelligent leader. He studied law, advised the mayor of Belgrade, and eventually went into politics. But it's here that things get dicey. Milosevic rose to power throughout the late 80s and ran the anti-bureaucratic revolution of Yugoslavia. He successfully overthrew the government and became president of Serbia in 1991. Milosevic became heavily involved in various skirmishes, including the Bosnian and Kosovo wars. During this time, he helped enact ethnic cleansing against local Croats, Bosniaks, and Albanians. He was arrested in 2001 and charged with war crimes by the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia. However, he died of a heart attack before he could be sentenced. Jean Kambanda. The Rwandan genocide began on April 7, 1994. For just over 3 months, armed Hutu militias massacred the local Tutsi population, resulting in up to 800,000 deaths. As the genocide lasted for about 100 days, this is an average of 8,000 deaths per day. During this time, Rwanda was led by Jean Kambanda, who was serving as the 5th Prime Minister of the country. He fled Rwanda in July of 1994 and was arrested 3 years later. He was accused of distributing weapons to kill civilians and charged with several serious war crimes, including genocide and crimes against humanity. He pled guilty and was convicted, resulting in a life sentence in Mali's Koulikoro prison. Bosco Ntaganda. Hailing from Kiningi, Rwanda, Bosco Ntaganda once led the National Congress for the Defense of the People, an armed militia found in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The National Congress fought the state military in the Kivu conflict. Known as the Terminator, Ntaganda conscripted young children and pre-teens into the conflict, which is considered a war crime under the International Criminal Court. He became wanted by the ICC and voluntarily surrendered in March of 2013. No official reason has been given for this decision. Regardless, Ntaganda was convicted of crimes against humanity in July 2019 and sentenced to 30 years in prison. As of 2023, this is the lengthiest sentence ever given by the ICC. Ratko Mladic. We return to the Bosnian War for the story of Ratko Mladic. Born in the independent state of Croatia, Mladic worked for the army of Republika Srpska during the Bosnian War, serving as chief of the general staff. Many experts believe that Mladic was personally responsible for both the Srebrenica massacre and the siege of Sarajevo, which combined for over 22,000 deaths. He was issued an international arrest warrant following the Bosnian War, but remained a free man for over 15 years. Mladic was finally arrested in 2011 and convicted of various war crimes, including genocide, crimes against humanity, and violating the customs of war. He was sentenced to life in prison. Tomoyuki Yamashita. This Japanese military leader was paramount in the Pacific theater of World War II, serving important roles both in the Malayan campaign and the fall of Singapore. He later fought against Allied forces while working as military governor of Japan to the Philippines. It was here that the soldiers under Yamashita committed various atrocities, leading to his historic trial following the war. Now known as the Yamashita Standard, the military governor was hit with the legal doctrine of command responsibility. This doctrine claims that military leaders are lawfully responsible for the crimes of their subordinates. He was convicted of the transgressions and hanged on February 23, 1946. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you can see our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.